Hello again. This video is going to talk about clarinet assembly, how to put the clarinet together. So there are more pieces of a clarinet than any other instrument, so it takes a little bit more time to put them together and take them apart. So let's talk about how to do it right. There's actually 5 major pieces of the clarinet, and the 3 pieces here don't really count. This is one assembly now. So you know that we talked earlier about the reed, the mouthpiece, and the ligature. Well, this is going to be called the mouthpiece assembly from this point. So once we put it all together, it's one piece. This is called the barrel. You'll have 2 joints. There's an upper joint and a lower joint, and you'll notice one is longer than the other. Okay, so that's 4 of the pieces, and the last piece is called the bell. Easy to remember, shaped like a bell. When you assemble your clarinet, the first thing that you should do and remember is the mouthpiece assembly. It's one piece, and if I take it and I hold it like this sideways, I can grip it pretty tight. I can squeeze it really tight and nothing's going to happen to it. And that's important to know, because when we put it together, some of you, especially if you have a brand new clarinet, they're really tight and hard to put together. So if you squeeze on it on the side like that, you can squeeze it as hard as you want. Now remember, don't put any pressure, or just avoid touching the tip of the reed, because you don't want to break it. So I'm going to take my barrel and my mouthpiece assembly, and I'm going to twist them together so it looks like that. Okay? I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to take out the 2 joints. Remember, there is one joint smaller, shorter than the other joint. Okay? Now when I put the top joint, which is the shorter joint, together, I'm going to identify this key right here. So notice there's an open hole and there's a key in the middle. Okay? And you can kind of mess with that. Press it up and down. Now when you press it up and down, you can see that this key over the cork goes up and down. Notice that? This is called the bridge key, and it's important when we put the clarinet together that we press this key down and hold it open. Okay? We're going to take the bottom, and notice on the bottom there is a key that corresponds with that bridge key. So once again, I'm going to hold this key down and hold the bridge key open, and then I'm going to twist these 2 pieces together so that the bridge key is one piece now. See how I did that? See how it overlaps? It's kind of hard to see on this video. And if I have it just slightly off, it's going to totally mess it up. It's not going to work at all. So notice it's not in line. I'm going to twist it just enough together. Now it's perfectly in line. See that? Okay? So the top part and the bottom part now form one big piece. Next, I'm going to take the mouthpiece assembly, and now I can squeeze this as hard as I want and nothing's going to happen to it. And I'm going to twist it on to the joint, the top joint. And when I do, it's important that you don't put any pressure on any of these keys. You can put your fingers down on these open holes to get a good grip on it, but don't like squeeze down on any of these keys, because those will bend and then we'll have to send it into the shop. Okay, so I'm going to put some pressure on here, and I'm going to squeeze these together. And now, if I have it correct, the reed is on the same side as the back part of the clarinet. I turn it around and it looks like that. Some people, when they first put it together, they have it backwards. So that's what you don't want. So make sure that the reed is on the back side, okay? And the rest is pretty easy. So this is the bell, and you can put your fingers on these open holes to squeeze down, and then twist it on just like that. And then you have a fully assembled clarinet.